And the topic is the Tennessee Board of Regents, and we're talking to Chancellor John Morgan, who is the head of the Tennessee Board of Regents. And he's given us some information in reference to some of the challenges and some of the opportunities that are facing the system this morning. And of course, Chancellor, let's pick up by having you to talk about some of the challenges, some of the things that you think are challenging in terms of outside of money. I know money is always a challenge, but outside of money, what are some of the things that you feel that you're challenged by, and what are some of the opportunities after we talk about?
Well, one of the, historically in this, hopefully this changes in the near future because of all the work that has been done in Tennessee by prior administrations, prior governors, and this governor in terms of K-12 education or P-12 education. Roughly 70% of the students who enter our institutions in the Tennessee Board of Regents come to us really unprepared for college level work. And that's particularly true in mathematics, also true in English and language arts, but especially true in mathematics. So one of the big challenges we have in this environment of performance and outcomes is being successful with students who really need help from day one when they come into our system. So much of what we have been doing in the last couple of years is trying to find ways to build our programs to overcome those deficiencies, to get students up to college level as quickly as we can. And there's a lot of really great innovation going on within our system, and I believe the same is true in the University of Tennessee system as well, in how we deal with those underprepared students. Now, if the reforms in P-12 education are successful, and we would hope in the next 2 years, 3 years, and in the near term, we would find students graduating from high school that were ready to do college ready when they come out of high school, but that's not the case right now. And since the higher education funding formula, not to complain about money again, but because the formula is based on outcomes, and those outcomes are driven mostly by student success, then it's critical for us, if we're going to be successful as a system and institutions within our system, to find ways to be successful with students that historically we haven't done that well with. You know, Tennessee's demographics are changing. We see much greater growth in the African American population in terms of high school graduates, even greater growth among Hispanic students. And historically, those students tend to come, unfortunately, from lower income households. They tend many times to be first generation college students. They tend to be more likely to have gone to high schools that don't do the best job of preparation. But those are the students that we serve, and those are the students we need to serve in order for Tennessee to be successful. So our challenge really is taking the resources we have, using those resources in a way that we can be successful with students that historically we haven't done as well with, in order to generate the outcomes that will generate more investment in higher education, and more importantly than generate more investment, really meet the state's needs.
Now, what about some of the opportunities that you see now, and some of the plans that you have in terms of how Tennessee should move in terms of higher education?
The opportunities, I think, maybe the challenges and the opportunities are very similar. But this is a good time to be in public higher education in Tennessee. The special session that passed the Complete College Act, I think was a real turning point in Tennessee. Tennessee is looked at now nationally as being a leader in higher education reform and innovation. And that's a real opportunity for us to excel. You know, there's a lot of rankings, a lot of categories, a lot of publications that don't necessarily rank Tennessee very high on a lot of measures. But I believe we are poised as a state to really show the rest of the country how we can be much more successful in higher education in Tennessee. So that's a great opportunity for us. We're currently on the leading edge of expectation. I think we can be on the leading edge of innovation, and that's very much the business that we're in.
I like that, the leading edge of expectation.
We have set expectations very high in Tennessee. We have embarked on some reform initiatives that the rest of the country is watching, and I'm determined that at least the Board of Regents is not going to disappoint.
And so overall, you believe that the state of Tennessee is in a real good situation now to move forward and to educate more students. And
we're going to move forward, and we're focused on student success in a way that we have never been before. And I believe we are poised to be very successful. The talk is right in Tennessee. Employers are stepping up and understanding and helping parents and students understand how critical it is that post-secondary education be a feature of our workforce and of our efforts. Folks at Georgetown University estimate that somewhere between 60 and 70% of all the jobs that are going to be created or vacated in this country over the next 10 to 12 years are going to require a post-secondary credential, and that does range all the way from certificates to diplomas to degrees to graduate degrees. So there's a recognition, I think, better than ever before in Tennessee that our future really is tied to our ability to educate our workforce, and that's all about the public higher education system.
Finally, Chancellor, let's look at, I think you've got a system of online education that's designed. And so people often talk to let's make some statements. I think we've got about 3 minutes in terms of online education and how that might be helpful to the state of Tennessee. So for our audience, for the purpose of our audience.
And we have a program that now is a little over 10 years old. In fact, this was another one of those areas where Tennessee was really a national leader in developing online higher education opportunities. It's called the Regents Online Degree Program. And we have now, at any given time, probably close to 15,000 students statewide that are enrolled in Regents Online Degree Program courses. We have another 30,000 students who are taking online courses that are offered by our institutions. In fact, some of our institutions, Austin Peay, for example, estimates that anywhere from 20 to 25% of the credit hours that they will award in any semester will be awarded through online courses, and that includes the students who are also on-ground students at Austin Peay. So the technology now is such that online education is everywhere. I mean, all you have to do is just turn on the TV and you see ad after ad after ad for online programs. Well, we've been doing that now for almost 11 years and doing it very successfully. And we see that as an opportunity to grow access. You know, working families, working parents are many times not able to go to the school, go to the college, or go to the technology center. But online education offers them an opportunity to get it when they can take it, where they can take it, and we're finding great success in online education. And I think you'll see that grow. I think you'll see that grow significantly in Tennessee.
Chancellor, we have about a minute and a half, and this is the opportunity. If you wanted to make some statements before you got here, and perhaps did not have an opportunity to do so, this is your opportunity for the last minute and a half. Let's talk about whatever you wish to talk about.
Sure, and I appreciate that. And I guess I would just say that higher education, public and private, really should be viewed as an investment because it does create an opportunity for future economic development, future improvement in quality of life of Tennesseans. College is not for everybody, but post-secondary education, I would argue, is for everybody. So there's some program we offer in our system, whether it be through technology centers, community colleges, or universities, that can help individuals and individuals help their families to really achieve the quality of life that they're seeking. So we do good work, and I appreciate the opportunity to talk about that here.
And so finally, you are very, very optimistic in terms of what you're doing at the Tennessee Board of Regents.
I am very optimistic about the Tennessee Board of Regents and what our future holds.
Very good, and I appreciate that. And of course, let me also encourage our audience to tune in again next week for another informative edition of Comments. Thank you and good morning.